Hi everybody, it's Richard McMahon from the interview training company howtobecome.com, and in this next video we are going to focus on the care assistant or care worker interview. Hi everybody, it's Richard McMahon from the interview training company howtobecome.com, and in this particular video we are going to focus on the care assistant or care worker interview, and in particular I'm going to give you a number of sample questions and suggested answers that you can use during your interview. Okay, before I get into the questions and answers, a very warm welcome to this tutorial. That's me on the right hand side, Richard McMahon. I've been helping people like you for over 20 years now to successfully pass their interviews, and like I say, in this one we are going to focus on the care worker or care assistant interview. As always, please do make sure you subscribe to the channel by clicking the red button below the video. That way you won't miss out on any of the weekly training videos I'm uploading. And also, if you do like the content, I would very much appreciate it if you gave the video a like, a thumbs up. That will motivate me to do more for you. Okay, let's get straight into the care assistant interview. Question number 1. Why do you want to be a care assistant? And what can you bring to this role? So there's 2 parts to that question, and here's my suggested answer that you can use during your interview. I want to be a care assistant because I get immense satisfaction from taking care of people, especially those who are vulnerable. Some of the skills and qualities required to become a competent care assistant include an ability to identify the needs of a client, be able to remain calm and act with integrity at all times, make difficult and challenging decisions, and also improve the lives of those who are in your care. Those skills are the ones I believe I possess, and I feel I can contribute positively within this role. Having also studied your organisation, I believe your values and care standards are in line with the type of company I would very much like to work for. So that's a relatively short but punchy response. It's positive, and you are talking about some of the skills and qualities required to be a care assistant, and you are also, which is important, making reference to that company that you're applying for and their standards and values. Great question and a really good answer. Okay, here we go. Question number 2 of your care worker stroke care assistant interview. What can you tell me about safeguarding? So as a care worker, you need to understand what safeguarding is, and I'm going to tell you what that is right now in my sample response for you. Here we go. Safeguarding is a significant part of the care assistant role, and I understand how important it is within this position. Safeguarding was highlighted as part of the 2014 Care Act, and it is in relation to the protection of a client's health, well-being and human rights, whilst also keeping them safe from harm, abuse and neglect. Clients who receive care are, more often than not, vulnerable, and protecting them through a robust framework is absolutely imperative. So again, it's a relatively short response, but if you use that during your interview, you are likely to get high scores. Next interview question. Have you ever cared for anyone before, either a loved one or in a voluntary capacity? So obviously they want to look for a prior experience of you operating as a care worker or care assistant. And it says there, either a loved one, so it can be someone from your family, or in a voluntary capacity. Now what you don't want to do is go, yes, I have, and that's it. You need to say, yes, I have, and then explain what you did, and try and align that with the role of a care worker. So here's my sample response for you to help you when you are answering this interview question. Here we go. Yes, I have. I volunteered to look after my late grandpa, and I thoroughly enjoyed the process and also getting to spend valuable time with him before he passed. Although I had not cared for anyone before, I carried out some research beforehand and made sure I conducted a risk assessment for him to make sure he was safe at all times. As a result of the risk assessment, I asked the fire service to come round to his home and fit a new smoke alarm, and to also advise on fire safety matters whilst he was cooking. They also helped me to create a fire escape plan for him in the event of a fire. Now, once the risk assessment was in place, I then discussed with my grandpa what level of help and support he felt he needed, and this worked out to be a great approach because he felt in control of the entire process. I found some aspects of the process challenging, which you'd expect, but by remaining calm at all times and also reassessing my plan periodically, the care I provided was a success, and I very much enjoyed the process. So that gives you a bit of a feeling for what you should be doing in this role. One of the important things is to carry out a risk assessment, discuss the needs with the client or the patient, and also make sure you reassess your plan periodically. But you're also mentioning there that some bits are going to be challenging. And you understand that because they will be challenging, but you are prepared for it. Okay, next question of your care worker or care assistant interview. How would you handle an upset or confused client who is in your care? Because this is going to happen, and this is a really good response to this question. Here we go. First and foremost, as a care assistant, you have to understand that when a client needs help with their activities and general daily living, it can be a very difficult transition for them. On that basis, you need to act with empathy, understanding, and patience. A calm and reassuring demeanour is absolutely vital in putting a client at ease. You also have to ensure you can work safely, effectively, and conduct the correct risk assessment at all times. I would also liaise with co-workers, other support workers and the client's friends and family to find out as much information as possible about them in order to find ways of making the transition more comfortable for them. So this is a client-centered approach. You are focusing purely on the client and what they need, okay, and you're empowering them as well. So you have to also demonstrate empathy. You have to look after them and you have to be prepared and understand that they're going to find it difficult. Okay, so you have to be patient. It's really important. But in that response, you are explaining what you would do in that situation. Okay, next one. How would you perform a client needs assessment? So this is all about a client-centered approach. So you need to know what a client needs assessment is and how to conduct it. Here is my sample response for you. Here we go. The needs assessment is the first stage of gauging the level of support a client requires. I would start off by conducting a thorough risk assessment before speaking to the client and their family about their current activities, their daily living needs, and their functional status. This would then determine the level of facilitation required and an appropriate plan could be put in place. I would always ensure the needs assessment focused on person-centered care, whilst also giving the client empowerment by getting them involved as much as possible with their care plan and their associated needs. That's another really good, comprehensive, solid response for you to use during your care worker interview for the question, how would you perform a client needs assessment? Okay, if you'd like more help and more sample questions and answers for your care worker or care assessment interview, what you can do is go to the website passmyinterview.com. You can get access to my free online training course. The link is directly below the video. Also, don't forget, if you do have any kind of interview coming up, tell me the industry it's in or tell me the organisation that you're applying to be a care worker for, and I will give you a list of questions to prepare for in addition to the ones in this video. So just put it in the comments section below and I'll come on here each day and have a look for you. Like I say, don't forget to subscribe, give the video a like, a thumbs up. That would be very, very much appreciated. Thank you for watching and I wish you all the very best in your pursuit to becoming a care assistant. Thank you.